Swatching all shades of SushyGlow Bloody Lip Stains 1 year later. This is going to be a long one, so let's jump into it. Starting off once again with the lovely shade Killer Bunny. This shade is the perfect bunny tongue pink, and I truly can't get enough of it. It's one I use often because I love how it looks as it fades. It's easy to blend with other things, and it's extremely sensory friendly. I can't even feel it on my lips, and it's great as a blush too. It comes in a sparkly version as well, which gives the cutest subtle shimmer effect that lasts for hours. Next is the iconic Bleeding Crystal, a bright scarlet red that I still think is the perfect shade for a vampire Marilyn Monroe, because the staying power of these lip stains is perfect for sucking a Kennedy. As you can see right here, I use a wet towel to wipe off the lip stain, and it still leaves behind a gorgeous bloody shade that could lure a herd of feeble-minded men to their unsuspecting demise, and we would all love that. Now we have sparkly Bella Swan. I think there's a non-sparkly one as well, and I believe mine is stuck in a rogue pocket somewhere, but just know it looks exactly the same. You just have to imagine it without sparkles. Gorgeous either way, as it embodies a deeper bloody red that is sure to make people wonder if that's wine in your glass or something much more sinister, and it's one of my personal favorites for when I want a red lip to last me through an event with lots of food and drinks. Next we have Lovesick OG, our first dive into a rusty bloody shade that someone in my last video said looked like the iodine solution surgeons use to prep the incision, and I can't unsee it now. So if you've ever thought to yourself, that would be a great lip stain, this is the shade for you. It also reminds me of rusty blades that should only be used on horrific exes from our past, but we would never do that because we are too pretty for that, and we get bored in padded rooms. Moving on to our next shade, Solstice. Now, if you were thinking you wanted a deeper version of the previous shade, then you're in luck, because this is just that. A gorgeous autumn shade that will have you feeling like having a seance under the moon with all your friends, or plants, or cats, or all of the above. An absolutely stunning shade, perfect for that timeless grunge fall vibe. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this video. I might have to come back and swatch the rest later when my lips heal because they hurt. This is not for the weak, y'all, okay? This is brutal. Now you have to remember that most people's lips are not the shade of my arm, so they are going to look a little bit different on your lips, like no matter what. But I am trying my best to get the most of the stain off of my lips as possible so you can get the truest swatch I can possibly manage to give you. But these are really, really pigmented, so honestly, they're gonna be pretty close to whatever you see right here from my experience, because I've layered these a bunch of times, and unless I have a very thick coat of one shade under another, it's not really going to super duper affect the end shade, at least in my opinion. So I understand if you're freaking out that I can't get like a perfectly clean base every single time. I'm trying my best, but it's kind of impossible. But just to reassure you, these have insane pigment and it's pretty good, so I think it's gonna be pretty freaking close, if not dead on, to what the shade is going to look like. This one is Ripped Guts. It's hard to see because I use this one a lot, and it's even, you can see the bubbles. You can see the bubbles. I use this one the most, and I still haven't made a dent in it. You can see the bubbles though, so it's getting somewhere. But still, I've had this for like a year, so that's crazy. I just love how this one looks. Ripped Guts is definitely the shade best worn before you go confront your unfaithful lover, because no matter how much of a sweat you break from hiding their body, it will not budge. You can chug a glass of dripping cold water and it won't even leave a stain behind. But whatever you do not leave it there, because we need this to look like a real accident. So make sure you take everything with you when you leave so we can properly handle it later. Like, that's how it looks once it fades, pretty much. Is how when you wipe it off, that's pretty much how it looks when it fades. I've fallen asleep with this stuff on and still had it on my mouth the next day. So if you want something that's not gonna budge, this is the one you need, okay? This is the one you have to grab. She's also changing the packaging for it very soon. It's the same exact product, it's just a different unit. The stuff inside is incredible. Next we have Lilith, the shade that embodies the depth of female rage. This shade is so stunning with its bloody undertone wrapped in a gorgeous red blanket. This shade is for the beauties with estranged lovers who will never forget them because they made sure of it. Now when he's driving his dream car to hell, you will be etched into his mind, forever haunting him while you live peacefully, as you already should have. Let me know if you want an uncut version of me trying to get these freaking lip stains off, because it's gonna be over an hour long. I'm actually really scared for the next few colors because they get darker and crazier from here, and my lips are gonna look pretty rough. They're gonna look pretty rough. I sacrificed my lips for y'all, so if you really want to buy this, please click that link down below, because my lips hurt, please. I'm sorry, y'all. I think that's as good as I'm gonna be able to get it. Please don't be mad at me. Now we're doing Twilight Princess. I'll swatch it on my arm. My paper white fucking skin that nobody's got. Well, some of you might, but look at that. Beautiful. Now, Twilight Princess is for those who prefer a more subtle way of execution, if you catch my drift. The ones who squish a little bit of belladonna in their estranged husband's wine each night until he slowly slips into a very deep, never-ending sleep. Just make sure to update the will before that. Just kidding. With all intents and purposes, this is not something we would ever actually do. Remember, we are too pretty for that. It's his fault for thinking he could screw around with the assistant anyway. Little did he know that she was actually working for you. All right, Aurora. Sorry, this is as good as it's gonna get. Because my lips were perpetually stained at this point, I decided to insert some old footage where you can see a more accurate representation of this shade, as it is a very true, majestic shade of purple. Now, this shade is definitely great on its own, but it's also my favorite shade to use in tandem with pretty much all of the red shades because it deepens them in such a beautiful way. Like if you want more purple in Twilight Princess, layer it over Aurora. If you want less scarlet red and more crimson red, layer it over Aurora. If you want a deep plum purple, put a red shade underneath Aurora. It is incredible. My lips are traumatized. I don't know, I'm sorry y'all, I can't get like a really true swatch of these two, I think, on my lips right now. So I'll insert old footage of the swatches I already did of these with the black, and I'll just do one swatch on my arm here for y'all. Please don't be mad. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, look how purple my lips are. And if I put green on top of this, you're not gonna get a good swatch of the green. My skin's pretty much done now. I'm sorry, I tried my best. This is the wiped off Aurora, and this is as much as I think I'm gonna be able to get off without really burning my lips. This is Hobgoblin, a deep green. Okay, we only have 4 shades left. Stay with me. Hobgoblin is another incredible shade, as it gives us this deep yet brilliant forest evergreen shade that is so whimsical yet still very practical, as it layers great with most of the other shades, if not all of them. This one is perfect for getting deep, dark brown reds or a colorful fairy green, whichever one floats your fancy green boat. And my favorite thing about like these kinds of colors is that you can use these to layer underneath other colors, which green is the opposite of red on the color wheel. So what does that mean? That means that it can neutralize any of the red tones and it can give you a more brown red. So you can change like any shade that you have. If you have either the purple, the blue, or the green, you can kind of customize the reds. If they end up being too orange on you, you can add a tiny bit of the purple. People say Bleeding Crystal's too orange for them, or sometimes Bella Swan. If you put Aurora underneath it, it is absolutely stunning. It makes Bella Swan like the perfect shade of blood red that people love without having like too much of that scarlet underneath, because a lot of people don't really care for the orangey undertone that blood has. So if that's something that you've experienced or you're not a big fan of, just pop a little bit of Aurora underneath it. It's perfect. This is Hypoxia. And of course you can wear them all by themselves if you jam like that. Like, why not? Hypoxia is for my blue babes. This one is going to give you more of those deep brown reds if you layer them over the top of this shade, but something about blue lips is so enticing as well. It's giving Corpse Bride, it's giving Mermaid, it's giving perfect blue if you want to be a Smurf for Halloween. I'm being so serious. Or pair it with a lip liner and rock some blue. You cannot go wrong. And that is Hypoxia, which is like such a pretty blue. Like I said, these 3 are really awesome for layering if you are looking to customize the shades a little bit more. These are perfect for that. Let me know if you want to see me do that. I did make a video previously doing that, and I can repost it if you need me to. Just let me know. Now we're gonna do Void and Ghoul. So we've got Ghoul, a beautiful blue-green, black, just the most perfect freaking black lip stain there is, in my opinion. Now it's time for Ghoul, the best black lip stain I have ever used, and I still stand behind that statement 1 year later. This is so pigmented and deep that even if I wipe it off right away, it leaves behind a stunning black stain. This is my favorite because of how pigmented it is and how well it stays. Usually I get too much sensory overload from black liquid lipstick or regular lipsticks because I can feel them on my lips and I also have to worry about reapplying them, but this stain has completely solved all of those problems. So now I can enjoy black lipstick all day if I want to, and if I need to reapply it, which is not often, I can easily do so without it getting gross on my lips. This is Void, so you can see them right next to each other. I don't know if you can tell the difference on my skin tone here, but they just have different undertones. Now this is Sparkly Void at the bottom. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. You can kind of see the difference there. Yeah. So freaking pretty. Now, last but not least is Void. This is another gorgeous black lip stain that is perfect for those who want a smokier black. I've heard this shade looks darker than Ghoul on some people, which I think happens if you have a deeper, warmer complexion, but I am extremely pale, so this looks more smoky on me. And honestly, I love that SushyGlow even has 2 shades of black because I've definitely never seen that before, especially with lip stains, so I give her props. They're both gorgeous. Now, if you've made it this far, please leave me a black heart down below in the comments so I know you're a real one, because this video took me a hot second to film and edit, and I want y'all to know how much I appreciate you for sticking with me for so long. I hope this was helpful. I hope it kind of gives you an idea for what shade you want to try or what shade you want to choose. I highly recommend pretty much all of them for different reasons, so whatever one resonates with you the best is what I recommend trying out first. I will have them linked down below for y'all. If you're interested in grabbing them, please do me and my lips a favor and click that shopping cart down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!